going on, guys? It's Tuesday, December 22nd, 2020. Ted here with you. Thanks for joining me. Hope everybody is in well spirits, well-being. Anyway, Trump is starting the pardons. Pardons 15, including people convicted in the Mueller probe. President Donald Trump issued pardons to 15 people, including those convicted as part of special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation, and commuted some or all of the criminal sentences of 5 others. Those granted pardons included former Congressman Duncan Hunter of California and New York's Chris Collins, as well as former Trump campaign manager George Papadopoulos. Before December 18th, Trump had issued only 28 pardons and commuted the sentences of 16 other people. According to the Department of Justice, that is a way lower rate than even other one-term presidents. So until this point, he was really low at pardoning people, and basically this article goes on to point out how he's pardoning people who agree with him or were part of his party. But if you look at the top right here, what I've been telling you guys since they've been finally talking about getting this stimulus deal done is Trump calls the COVID relief bill unsuitable and demands Congress add bigger stimulus payments. And I've been saying it for weeks. $600 at this point, what is that going to do? I mean, people are about to be evicted. $600 doesn't catch you up on 6 months worth of rent, right? So here, the virus going around in the UK that's probably supposed to be supposedly 70% more transmissible. Says this from a scientist warning, you can't keep it out. Supercharged mutant COVID strain is probably already in the US and may have even started here. Scientists warn. So anyway, the new strain, thought to be up to 70% more infectious than the original, was first detected in London earlier this month and has been identified in at least 6 other territories around the world. Basically, the article goes on to tell you, I just wanted to touch on that real quick because really, I feel like given the information and the numbers that they give us, they'd have you scared to death, but deaths don't add up to the fear factor that they're pushing. You don't see enough deaths to cause lockdowns and shutdowns of businesses and cities and schools. That just doesn't fit. To fix this, that is not what was called for. So really you have more about control than anything, but they're just trying to scare you. Here it is, it's the mutated strain. And of course the vaccination companies are saying, oh, we can get that fixed up in about 6 weeks. We can have the good one for that if we have to. But in the bill that I was just talking about, that I agreed with Trump on, there's not enough money for people who have been waiting for the money. $600, this ain't going to cut it. You're not going to turn it down, but is it really that's going to be gone in a week? And what, are you going to get yourself caught up on your rent, or are you going to eat? That's where we're at. That's where we're headed these days. 10 years in prison for illegally streaming. It's in the COVID relief bill. Tucked away in the more than 5,000-page long COVID-19 stimulus bill is a new law that severely punishes streamers that pirate large amounts of copyright content. So, be wary because they're coming after you. And I don't know if you guys watch my videos, go check out my video on 5 stages of collapse. Check out my video on the 5 things guaranteed to happen during SHTF. Check out 5 reasons you need to get a gun before 2021. In those videos, I probably have some things in there that I could get 10 years in jail for. And that's in the new bill. So, but actually it says that they're not going to come after people like me, but what are they going to say? And speaking of those people needing that money, you got a survey that says half of Americans call 2020 a personal financial disaster and plan to change their priorities in 2021. A new survey shows that rebuilding savings tops the list of New Year's resolutions for 3 in 5 Americans. So first, I think that's awesome. That's great. You should try to rebuild your wealth, not your savings, because Unfortunately, these people that they did in the survey, they probably are thinking they're going to earn more money or put more money away, cut down on bills, try to save cash. Cash is not a way of saving your money. If you want to save your money, you have to go to things like gold, silver, precious metals, land. I, I talk about it all the time. Those are real assets that will go back 10 years ago. Look at the value of gold. I guarantee you it's more than it was 10 years ago. Right now, you could do the same thing with the stock market. Put your money in the stock market. But I wouldn't recommend that. That's one of the most riskiest things. We're in a huge bubble right now. But the Federal Reserve has already said they're going to continue to make them easy money. And really what they're doing in that huge bubble is just blowing more air. So there will be an opportunity to make more money as this thing goes up. But are you good enough to know when to get out? I wish I was, because I feel like I'm not good enough to know that. But gold, silver, like I said, even cryptos, that's a good way. Stop saving your money in cash. If you have money in the bank, you'd be better served to take that out, buy silver, buy gold. Silver, you're going to make a lot of money in silver in the near future. Gold as well. I mean, a lot of those you can't go wrong. But like I said, stock market, you'll even make money, but that's way risky. So you need to start thinking about serious wealth, not saving your cash, because cash is losing value. The minute you cash your check, that money is already worth less than it was the second you cashed it. Oh, there it goes again. A stunning 62% of respondents expect to take a second job in 2021 to help stay afloat. Now, let me just touch on that, because for weeks now I've been telling you, week after week after week, for 9 months we've been at 750,000 initial job claims through unemployment. There's a good chance in 2021, if we keep going at this rate, it's going to be hard to find a second job, let alone hold on to your first job. Especially if they try to do more restrictions and stuff like that. If they lock down a city, and then you might lose your job that you had. So you're going to want to start thinking of new ways. Create a job, right? Go out, invest. Like I said, you're going to have to come up with new ways to make money, because I'm not so sure that jobs will be there in 2021 for you to have a second job. All you have to do is look at the numbers. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I heard something one time that said, from an old person, that said in the Depression it wasn't that bad as long as you had a job. The thing is, not everybody had a job, and finding a second job could be tough. Anyway, 3 in 10 currently don't have the means to cover $400 financial setback. So, with all this being said, with money being that hard to come by, I know it's getting harder and harder to put food on the table. So, like I always say about preparedness, at this point, if you're already in a situation where you don't have money and your $400 is going to break the bank, you should start thinking about getting seeds and stuff. And as soon as spring kicks in, even before spring, inside the house, start some seeds, start going back and living off the land a little bit. Get your calories from there. There's great YouTube channels out there that teach you how to live off the land. One of them is Green Greg. Check him out. He'll teach you how to eat right out of your yard. Almost anywhere you live, I bet you, he's got a video where you can walk in your yard, find something to eat right there in your yard. It might not be the most tastiest, but you can eat it and stay alive, right? So, I mean, pay attention to your food and get ready to grow your own food. Not only for the fact that you might not have money, it might be worse than that, but for just based on this article of people having hard times with money, thinking they're going to be able to go out and get a second job to pick up that slack. And I'm telling you, based on the numbers, I hope that works for them. I really do. Anyway, I don't want to end it on a gloomy note. I'm so tired of telling you guys gloom and doom stuff. But like I said, for all of those things, you have to, don't be scared, get prepared. Get seeds. Get skills. Go out, look up, start YouTubing now how to grow food, how to garden. Because if you haven't ever gardened, it's not something that you just jump out there like Bloomberg once said. You just, oh yeah, just put a seed in the ground. It doesn't work like that at all. There is a learning curve. I'm actually going to be doing a bunch more homesteading videos. I'm going to give you guys some videos of how I ended up coming to Alabama, how I ended up getting red pilled, buying my little homestead. But anyway, that's a whole different thing. It's all going to be still right on this channel. I'll just have a separate playlist for it. But, you know, I want to end on a good note tonight. So, I just want to show you a little thing. Willie Nelson, 87 years old, did an interview. The interview is basically because the top 80 influential people over 80 in the U.S. And Willie Nelson says the question was about making his early music sounded like it was sung by an old soul, and what does he know about being young, and did he feel like he was an old soul? And the answer was, and this is what I'm going to leave with you guys with tonight, because we're all afflicted with this one. Well, when I was young, I was pretty dumb. And now that I'm older, I'm pretty fucking dumb. And I don't know everything, and I think I do. So there's the problem. I think we can all agree we all are afflicted with that at some point, Willie. But anyway, guys, like I said, get the seeds, get the skills. Go out on YouTube, start looking up how to grow stuff in the garden, because there is a learning curve. Check out Green Greg. He'll teach you to eat some stuff right out the yard right now. Get those skills, basically, to start being self-sufficient. That's the good base. You don't even need money. Invest your time into becoming self-sufficient. Go out and work towards improving your skills, because based on all of the things that I bring to you time and time and time again, we might have to be more self-sufficient in the near future. So don't be scared. Get prepared. And just remember, the problem is sometimes you think you know everything. Like me, right? I think I know everything sometimes. So does Willie. Anyway, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe.